It's been a super productive couple of weeks. I made the shop system and some other things. Let's check it out. In the past, I talked about having a storyline where the NPCs are on vacation and you have to lure them back with jelly. I've decided to abandon that idea and make something a bit more reusable instead. Instead of building for a niche storyline, I built for a generic unlock requirement that NPCs can give you in a quest and then you can fulfill to unlock the NPC. So even though I changed the NPC backstory, we're still integrating the jelly in the initial unlocking of the town. So assuming you've gotten a quest, you would drop the jelly like this. Super cool, right? I had a lot of fun animating the shop and making the NPC with green hair as if it's like all of the money that she's collected, or he. You can see the shopkeeper pops up, but let's say that we have our altar. The unlock sequence is a little bit different. Yeah, the whistle sound is super nostalgic for me. It reminds me of playing Toontown when I was younger. In that game, you have frogs that are flying in from the top and they land for you to go to battle with them. I also made a major change to the user interface to allow for half-scaled elements. We can see this when we check out the altar. Before, these icons used to be blurry, but now we can see them clearly. And now clicking on these mini item requirements will show you a properly sized tooltip as well. And we even have these NPC tooltips, which will tell you where the NPC is located. Having the ability to scale down elements was something that I was procrastinating for a while. It was pretty challenging to figure out, so I might make a tutorial and a demo project so people can easily figure out how to do it for pixel art projects. There are a lot of seemingly minor improvements in this update that greatly improve the look and feel of things. And before I forget, I did release the game to my phone. It's kind of hard to see, but it's here. I had to change the scaling of the game element and adjust the movement speed as well. But we've now got a workable version that I don't think is too tiny, so we're safe to continue development. But let's go back to our shopkeeper and see what they have for sale. The store shows you the NPC, its name, and there'll be different greetings that it'll alternate between, so you'll have a chance to see a little bit of the NPC's personality. I set it up so you're able to buy coal for the furnace and one of the defense prayer scrolls. First, let's get some money by selling some stuff to the NPC. We've sold a bunch of copper bars. And we can also buy these back. The items will be available until the next shop reset. Right now I have it so that it costs the same amount to buy it back as you got from selling it. I'm not sure whether I'll keep it this way. It could be a good opportunity to add a tax to the game. I'm not sure that I want to risk annoying the player right now because there is no double confirmation when you're selling items to the NPC. Just to show it working, let's buy some items now. With this update, I also wanted to finish creating the NPCs for the first town, so let's check out our new mining NPC. So very excitingly, it is a teddy bear. I want to introduce other NPC species, and we're starting with a teddy bear, my favorite animal. It has a little mining outfit on and some reflectable gear. This is the NPC that will introduce you to the mining skill and give you your first pickaxe once we have the quest line. Moving on, this update also included a major rework of the stats. You may have seen it before, but now we have a bunch of stats here. It was getting quite untenable as I added more and more stats to each game system like the furnace or the stove. So I did a refactor. Now I have a cohesive system for the stats to be able to be intertwined and affect each other without having a lot of conditional and hacky logic. And you can see a lot of these stats in the equipment view. We have strength, agility, intelligence, and so on. I'll be adding tooltips to these stats so the player can click on them and see what the stat affects. I'm really happy with this update because it reduces future tech debt and simplifies systems. So it's going to be much easier to add stats when we equip items. The player even gains stats from leveling up now, so the game feels a lot more legit. And going back to town, you may have noticed the crafting table's appearance has changed. I redrew it so now it's a bit more visually cohesive with the other stations. There we have that update. In these upcoming weeks, I'm really excited to be building on this foundation. We've now built almost all of the major systems, except for combat. Now it's going to be a lot of refining and building upon those systems. So I'll be reworking the NPC dialogue and quest systems so that I can build out the first quest line. I'm going to make an animated logo and make some improvements to my first game, Cocktail Stories. And I'll be improving the monster combat and the player animations so that the player can now actually die and respawn in town. I'll just generally be doing a lot of refactoring and polishing of the game. At this point, I would love to animate the next monster so that we have a good starting point for drawing the official background for the town, the monster maps, and the mines. I think the game would look a lot more legit if it wasn't just this background with some random clouds in it. So that's all for today. Subscribe if you'd like to continue following along with this journey to create a mobile RPG, and I will see you in 2 weeks with the latest progress.